Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel and to today's daily, which is July 25th, 2025. And we've got puzzle page today. So let's get our free coins and see what's going on this home page of ours. Let's jump into there and do our discount. Okay, so we have something here on the front page. Let's see what this thing's about. Fill in a missing letter. So rapidly expanding on a lot of hot air. What could that be? It could be ballooning. Yeah, it seems to make sense. Rapidly expanding on a lot of hot air. Yeah, ballooning makes sense. There we go. Cool. Not too bad on that one. Let's do a wordy. The normal stuff there to start with. Let's do our crane. See if we get lucky on this guy. Oh, we got 3 letters there, so I don't know that putting in our second word will actually help us too much. But the question is still going to be, where do we want to start? Because this could be something like an ARE. Can we make a word out of this that will give us some more letters? Like paired would be a good word. No, it's not AR. Oh, we get a D though. All right, so now we have 4 of the letters. We just have to figure out what order they go in. A, E, E, R. So it's not going to be an ER. It's not going to be ED, obviously. The R could be an AR, but that's, I don't know if, I was going to say radar, where we could have 2 R's, but then the A can't be in the second position, so that's not going to work. The DAR is not bad though. And then we have to put an E here. So this is well, cedar would have been my first thought here, but I guess it's not that because we don't have a C. Do we have anything else that will fit in this? I don't think any words actually do work on this way, other than cedar. Trying to look through those letters again because I went through them all once and I don't recognize any of the words, but that doesn't mean they're not actually words. And we'll have to remember possibility of repetition, but I don't think any of the existing letters here are going to repeat very well either. No, none of this is... It's not a word, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that's working. So how do we orient these things? E seems most likely to be in the second or the third position. Maybe we something like this, but then how does that really help us? Because I don't think we can get a word out of this either. We'd have to have another vowel probably here at the beginning. None of that seems to work. The other way would be put the D here, but then we have nothing here. So D, let's say it's DE something A. I was going to say we could put delay in here. Obviously that's not the right word because we don't have an R, but is there anything else in this format where it would have to be the R here, so it would have to be this guy. Demar, I think that's a word, isn't it? No, I guess that's not going to be. Let's just do delay. See if we can get some letters in some... Okay. So it was that. AR. So maybe this is a word I don't know. Because if it's DEA here, we have to put the R at the end because it can't go second. Okay. What could this word? Detar? That's not a word. Desar, defar? That's not a word. Dagar, dehar. Deep bar. We already said deep bar, didn't we? Oh, we didn't say D-bar. Okay. I said D-mar is what I had put in there. Okay. Well, I would have never gotten to D-bar unless we had put those letters in that way, so I'm glad we got there. Alrighty. Well, picture cross. We'll do that one later. I'll do that and I'll cut out the ad for that. But let's do bridges real quick. This is always a fun one. All right, so we've got a corner 3, so it always has to do this. All of these do. This one as well. This 5 has to do something like this. This 5 has to do something like this. This 5 has to do something like this. That now finishes the 2, so this 5 has to finish. The 3 has to finish down here. This 6 is just done, because there's only 6 possible locations we can go. So plop those in there. The 7 also must at least have these as minimums. Now let's see if we can finish. This 1 here has to go up. The 2 has to continue up. It has to turn. This 2 now has to come back this way. The 3 has to go this way and back up, and the 3 down here this way. So we've got a little bit of a run here. We can... Wait. That can't be right. What did we do wrong? Because there's no way I can finish this 4 anymore. Okay, let's go back. We must have missed an option somewhere. Let's get rid of all this stuff. I'm going to go right back and do it anyway, but I just want to make sure we're not corrupting ourselves here, if you will. Okay, let's do it again. 3 has to do this. 3 has to do this. Would you click, please? Thank you. This 3 has to do this. This 3 has to do this. The 5 has to take on... I don't know why this thing is not working. It's annoying me. This 5 has to take on these. This 5 has to take on at least these. It's the 3. Come on, work for me. That is the end of the 2. The 5 has to take on the rest of these. There's no other way it works. This 3 can only go down here. Now, 2, 4, yeah, this 6 is the only way this works. It has no other options but to do this, because it can't go this way. The 1 has to go up. The 2 has to go up. This 2 has to go this way. This 3 has to do this. Oh, I think I may have mistakenly said the 3 finished off somewhere else. That's my problem. Okay. This 3 has to come down here, but we do not finish these off. That was my mistake. This 3 has to come here, though. This 4 could go either direction. This 4, this 5 actually has to do this as well. And the 2 here just has to go back up to the 5. This 2 has to go to this 3. This 3 has to continue up. Good, now that's going to finish this 5. The 3 is done. The 4 has to come down here. The 5 has to come down to finish. The 1 has to come down. The 2 has to come down. Now this 4 can only come to here. The 3 has to finalize to here. The 7, 2, 4, 6 has to come down here. I didn't finish that. But we don't know which one it... Well, we do know 2, 4, 6, 8. It only has 1 over here, so it has to do both of these. The 2 does have to finish. The 3 has to finish. This 3 could go either way, so we can't say which one that is. These 4s... do we have something that has to connect? No, because they all have to connect together, but they're all connected right now. So how do we end this thing? Oh, this 4 right here just has to be completed. I didn't see that at the beginning, which forces the 3, the 4, the 3. Okay, there we go. Little mishap there where I just misclicked one side of it. We got back to it though. Alrighty. Let's do crossword. We'll probably do challenger as well, because it's another crossword type of puzzle. Scorch would be char. Funny but coarse. I know the word, I'm sure. I just can't pull it together right now. So, free from. Immune. I guess I don't necessarily consider immune to be free from in that terminology, but of course, I don't know all these words perfectly. So hot beverages would be teas. I would say immune means that you cannot obtain something like that, but free from, whatever. Help commit crime would be to abet. What about you? Conceals or covers? Boo, 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 boo. I was gonna say allays, but I don't know if that works in this terminology. No, it doesn't. I didn't think so. Okay, let's go to this one. Sprain or wrench an ankle would be to twist it. What about you? A chum would be a buddy. Nimble would be spry. Tells what to do would be orders. Important person would be a big wig. Not even a bit would be none. Now we can go back and do our downs. For no wages would be unpaid. This looks like it's gonna be, stifle it in, yawn. I was gonna say I thought it was yawn, but then I started reading that, it didn't make any sense, but once I finished the process, it did. Resilient would be tough. Paddling up to knees would be wading. Tear apart would be rend. Let's go back at the top here. A hoax would be a sham. Verbally fought would be argued. Deep sorrow would be deep sorrow. Deep sorrow. Don't know on that one for some reason. Let's go down this way first. Oh, this is the conceals and covers one. Let's go back to here. Funny but coarse. Funny but coarse. In that sense, I mean, it's something that's funny, but it's a little bit on edge, kind of, not everybody's going to enjoy it sort of thing. But I'm not thinking up a word here on these guys. Let's try this one again. Conceals or covers? Cloaks. There we go. What about this one? The deep sorrow again. Fright, pain. But I don't think you can, there's no N here, so that doesn't work. Deep sorrow. Rage. No, that's not sorrow. What could this one be? Deep sorrow. Deep sorrow. What's the overlapping letters here? Because you can do that as well. If you know what these are and you know what these are. A, I, and R, I think are the only repetitions. A, I, and R. Let's try it from that perspective. Bold? No. B-O-L-D at the end of it sounds like it could work, but I don't know how how it's funny, but coarse. Ribald? For some reason that word is, popped into my head. I don't know what it means, but it was there. We sure it's only those letters? IGP, only I. FI, only the I still. GRA. Yeah, it's IR or A. IR or A. Funny, but coarse. Can't think of anything that works here for some reason. And then going this direction, if it was I, A, or R, the R would probably be the most useful. Something R, something E, something. Well, it would make more sense if this was an ER, wouldn't it, at the end? Deep sorrow, something Pure. Man, I got nothing on this for some reason. Might have to take a hint on one of these. I don't like doing that, but if I'm going to sit here and do nothing for 20 minutes, I need to do that. Yeah, I can't put it together. Let's see what this is. It is the R. Funny but coarse. This is really kicking my butt. Ribbola, Rabome. I mean, it can only be vowel, consonant, or it could be a vowel at the end too, but ribald. What did I say the other one? I thought it was the same word. Shoot, now I can't even remember. Ribald. Did I say that? Or did I say something else? Ah, shoot. Okay. Well, we were close the other time. I think I mixed up my letters on that word. Okay, so what is this deep sorrow? Oh, is it just grief? That's the easiest thing in the world. What the hell? Why did that take so long to get that one? Jeez-a-loo. Okay, well, that was a bit of a struggle. Let's move on to the next one. I'm going to do this one, so I'll skip the ad here. All right, cool. Let's get at this one. What do we have? Well, we got a 12 straight up. That's good. And a 10. We can get things started. And these 8s actually mean all of these, I should say, have to be in. The 5 and 5 is actually pretty good too, because we can just say that these guys are in, and there's going to be some organization on each way that is going to happen. This is a 3 to finish. This is a 3 to finish. So this is going to be part of the 2. This is going to be part of the 3 going this direction. Don't necessarily know which one. What about these 2? Did these do anything? 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. No, not quite enough work there. This 3, 2, we don't quite have enough going there. What if they're going across this 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11? That's close. We can get these guys in. We also had this 9 I didn't see. So I think that means these are all in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, okay. Good. The 3 is done. The 7 means this is in, so that's going to at least finish that 5 spot. What else does it say about any of this stuff? Now let's look at this 5 in terms of these 8s. We can never get to this. So the farthest down we can go on the 5 is here. So we can never go this far in the 8s. So that removes 2 options, which means we have to go this way twice. And then we can finish the 3. That finishes our 2. So now one of these 2 has to be in and this one can't be in. So that 2 is there. Good. So that guy's done. Now, what's the next place to look? This 3 we don't quite know. It could go either direction. This 2, we don't know if the other 2's up here or down here. The 1, 4, we don't seem to have too much again. Hopefully I don't have to go back to using crosses again. Try to avoid that if possible. Now, I don't think we can say whether or not this is the 1 or the 2. No, it can't be a 2. This is the 1. Because we can't go this way or this way. You know, if we put the crosses in, we'd see that, but that's not the point. This has to be part of the 1. And this actually has to be part of a 1 as well, so this has to be the 2. And the same is going to be true for this 1, 2, 1, because neither of those can be in. So those are there. That says these have to be in to finish those two. That's a 2, that's a 4. Oh, this 4. I did the count on this one, and I didn't get that to be 12. 4, 5, 7, 8, 10. Well, I just didn't count right. This one was always just a given. Good job, me. This 5 has to finish here. This 4 has to go up now because it can't go down. So the 1 is going to be down here. So one of these 8s is going to finish on the end here. What else then, though, can we say? Which one of these is open, where we have some work we can do? We know this is a 1. Let's go to here, and this is a 1. This can't be in, this can't be in, this can't be in, which means this is the other 1, which means these are 2s. Good. This 5 has to be done this way. The 7 has to finish up this way. That'll finish that 1 off. That's good. Now the 1, 4, there's only one place the 4 can go. It's in here, so these are all in. We don't know if it finishes here or here yet, though. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. It could still get up to there. This 2, though, has to come down here to finish. This 2 has to be these 2 to finish. That actually tells us now that this is the final 2, and then the 9 has to go down here. Now this 8 can no longer get here, so this one has to, and then that has to finish there. Is that a lock, maybe, I guess, there? Kettlebell. Oh, a kettlebell, sorry. Exercise equipment type of thing. I can see that. Cool. That one went okay. Good. What's next? Let's do the Challenger. Again, these are pretty good ones to get into. Unnoticeable or quiet. Something. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Can't think of a word there for now, so let's move on. A backless couch. Is that a divan? Yeah, okay. Don't know why I know that word. Fresh green. Don't know if I can think of a word on that one just yet either. Wages could be earnings. Dice up would be to cube. Part of a drill is a bit. Rise from bed would be just to get up. Single game in a darts match is a leg. Any darts watchers out there? I used to play darts, actually, in a league here for a few years. Not great, but we did okay. Short, loud noises. Pops? Oops, come on, select the button. Okay. A nitpicker. A stickler? Seems like it would work. Yep, there we go. Steered a plane. Piloted. Good. Talk grandly or pontificate. To orate. Good. Meet up. 3-letter word and an 8-letter word. Meet up. That's a good one. I don't know if I can see something on that just yet. So we'll move along to some of these downs now. And we'll get some hints on those. We can move from there. Type of word is an adverb, which I would never have gotten if we didn't have any clues. Not under any circumstances is never. Money, business. Banking. Okay. Let's go to you. Operate is just use. Persuade into would be coerce. Okay. Maybe that's not it. Persuade into. Concede. No, that doesn't work either. I don't know that one just yet. It's probably something like those words I said, but I'm just not getting them together. Raise in rank is to Why can't I think of the word I want to think of here? I don't know, but it's not coming to me. Let's try this one. No, not you. This one. Languished or idled? I want to say vegetated. It's kind of a weird word. No, okay. Languished. That's one we're going to have to figure out. Okay, let's move on for the second now. Not that one. This one. Pressing clothes would be ironing. Companion on a date would be an escort. Ooh, hello. It's getting saucy there. Self-regard would be ego. Choose one. Pick out. There we go. Rent, house, car, or etc. is lease. Steeled oneself. Girded. Good. Now let's go to these guys. Meet up. Get together. Yeah, it's just easy. Oh, wait. Get together. Let's get these words working. Let's go back. Let's go to this one first. Unnoticeable or quiet. It's got to start with a U, right? Unobserved. Nope, that doesn't work because there's a U. Unobserved. It's something like that. Unnoticeable, quiet. Unobtrusive. But there's no way to put an R in there. It's an S-I-V-E. Right? I don't know why that's not working for me. We said this one started with an I, probably. Induce will work. There we go. Now we say this one we think ends in E. Raise in ranks. Why do I not get this one for some reason? And why can't I think of the obvious word of something where you rise in a rank, where you're elevated to something else? Elommed. Goodness gracious, the brain is not functioning right now for some reason. Fresh or green? Verdant. Here. Goodness gracious. Let's do our little trick maybe here. This could very well be a V, and it's what I thought it might be. V, A. I think that's all there is. It could be V or A. It's not going to be A, right? And I thought this was going to be something like vegetated, but I just probably put a letter wrong in it. Languished or idled. Now I've got vegetated in my head and I can't get it out. That's the worst part of some of these things. Language or idled. It was vegetated. I think I put an I in it. Sugar. Okay, let's go back to this one. Verdant. There we go. Again, just had to have the right letters there. What about you? Now, we thought this one started with an E because of this thing. Oops. Why does nothing seem right here? Ennoble. Okay, I just was putting in letters and that worked. Ennoble apparently was correct. Unnoticeable or quiet. Okay, we've got to be able to get this word. It's something. Obtrusive. I said that, didn't I? But I couldn't get the words to work, the letters to work. Goodness gracious. Okay, well, there's a couple of those puzzles. I'm gonna have to go back and look at those and see what the heck it was I was doing and why I didn't see some of those. Well, we're already at half hour. Doesn't feel like a half hour at all. Goodness gracious. Do I want to do one more? Don't want to do cross sums. Futoshiki, Sudoku, no. So if I do, it's going to be, let's do a word search real quick and then we'll end off the day. Okay, what are we doing? Out of touch, away, apart, remote, far away, distant, removed, secluded, isolated, outlying, detached, sequestered. Let's just get in and get all these things then. Let's see if we can just kind of get some of these done. Secluded, outlying, sequestered is here. Boop boop boop. Doop. Far away. Okay, we're gonna have to go in and do these guys a little bit more. Nope, not that one. We're gonna have to go through these ones a little bit more. Detached is right here. I just saw that one. I was trying to figure that one. There's a bunch of them that had DEs that were looking pretty good, but they weren't there. Drop. There was nothing with drop. I've seen this word a couple of times. Okay. Away, apart, remote. Let's get those guys. Here's away. Those small ones are sometimes the hardest to find. Apart, RTs. There's a lot of RTs. Here it is. Apart, remote, and distant. DIs. Come on, where are you? Got a bunch of them. Distant. Here we go. Isolated and... Oh, we never did remote. It's right here, though. Isolated and outlying. Those shouldn't be that hard. Here's outlying. Where's isolated? Right here. Cool. There we go. Got through those pretty quick. Cool. So that's going to do it for us, I think. Once we get through this stuff. Come on now. There we go. So that's going to do it, I think. Yeah, we did almost everything. I don't like cross sums all that much. I've not had anybody saying do cross sum, so I don't have to do that. We don't do Sudoku because we do Sudoku on everything else. And Futoshiko I do enjoy doing, but I think with the time we're at right now, we're good to go. So with that, that was July 25th puzzle page. Hope you all enjoyed that one. And as always, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.